Hello. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. All right. So, the plan is to do some good fun bodice draping, not dropping yeah.
We're gonna drop those bodices so hard.
So that will be very fun and exciting.
P.S. I've never draped anything before, and she's the mannequin.
So it'll be good though. It'll be very good. So there's kind of two parts to this whole draping project because in theory you need the base layer, the layer that looks like any 1890s bodice ever, the multiple seams and then a couple different pieces across the back, base layer, and then on top of that is the more kind of sideways, like literally drapey portion. So we need to do both of those today because I didn't prepare ahead of time.
We're really just here to entertain you while we're all on self-isolation.
Yeah.
So
it's great. It's fine.
Please don't be here to actually learn anything.
Yeah. That's why this isn't an actual video, it's just a live. Because fun, right?
Yeah.
So first thing that we need to do is the base layer bit. We do actually have a truly Victorian pattern here for bodices, but I'm not going to sit here and cut out all of these. So I think what we're going to do is cut the very vague shape and then use those as like a starting guide for just pinning everything together and like half draping, half using a pattern. Whatever, it's fine. It's all good. So pardon all the rustling noises. I'm sure that's delightful.
It's so lovely.
Okay, so I have my sheet fabric.
Sheets.
At least I think it's. I'm pretty sure this
Morgan, you give a sheet.
I give such good sheet. Okay, let's see here. So can I see through two layers? Not really. Okay. Oh, right.
See one through one layer.
I should be able to see through one layer. Yeah, I can totally see through one layer.
Okay.
Okay, give me a marker.
Marker?
There.
Sharpie?
Yes.
Sharpishness? I thought you meant like...
Just
marker.
Make it happen. All right. So you can't see me, but I'm just tracing out my...
Hello to pattern. Patricia Payne in Scotland.
Ooh.
Wow. In Texas, New York, I'm seeing people from France, Reading, the Netherlands. Hi, Joel. How's it going? I'm excited to maybe see you, but maybe not now, huh?
Maybe someday.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Disneyland Paris the weekend after the ball, but who knows, right? So yeah. I guess we'll find out.
Wow, wow.
Kat's on here from London. Hi, Kat. She was also supposed to go to France, so we'll see about that. Got a bunch of BC. Oh, hi, Marika. Marika, our love. We were supposed to be with Marika this weekend.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. Thanks, COVID. I think we should start the hashtag Thanks, COVID.
Oh, well. That's okay. There are plenty of other times that we can get together. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. We have the internet to be socially together. Reading rainbow.
All right. So I have made one side back piece. Do we just drape like one half, or do we need to do like
the whole they're thing? Different, right?
Well, that's the over part, but like the under, like the base layer. I guess we need the whole thing.
You need the whole thing so you can drape onto it, right?
All right. Okay, well in that case.
Ooh, Southern Italy. You guys especially need us right now to be talking. I've seen the coolest things about Italy. Have you seen those ones where the people are going out on their balconies and singing together?
I did.
That's so cool. Like, I was like, so Italy. We got some Germany, North Carolina, Cincinnati, WKRP.
All right. I have one piece.
Hello from Missouri. Are those Sailor Scouts in the fan on the background?
Yes.
Yes.
They are absolutely Sailor Scouts.
Someday when we're alone in private, I'll do my Sailor Moon impression for you. It's very funny. But I don't think that's appropriate for all audiences.
Alright, so do you want to cut those two out?
Okay.
Ugh.
What do I cut them out with? Do you have scissors that you want me to use on this? Can I use these same scissors?
There's so many highs from so many places. Let me get you fabric scissors.
What is our grain line situation? Are we
I don't
talking
know.
about that? Okay. This is not the actual base layer.
No. This is...
None of this will actually be used at all.
Well, we'll
Maybe.
see.
Maybe.
We'll see. I feel like this is good practice.
Yeah. Do I need to add seam allowance?
No.
Okay. Wow. You're small.
Well, according to Truly Victorian, they said that it comes with a 1/2-inch seam allowance.
Yes, just my pieces are bigger than this, so.
That's fair. Okay, what do we got here?
You can come over on this one because this
What?
one has.
You don't want me staring really close
Yeah.
in order to read the screen?
I'm just saying, we do have this other computer over here doing the thing.
So many fun people. It's very exciting. All right. Anybody else sewing on projects?
If so, what are you working on? How are you all dealing with your self-isolation in the productivity realm? Remember, you don't have to be productive. It's okay to just relax for once.
It's true. It's true.
I intend on using some of my time to just relax. These are not the same as high school.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
That's what pins are for. Everything is awesome when you're part of the team.
Yeah, this is not going to be like a quick, 1 hour like continuous chat. This is more of a...
We're working on this. Hang out with us.
Yeah, we're hanging out. It's more like I think a kind of a traditional live stream, right? Like,
Yeah.
just hanging out.
We have an Afghan. We have an Italian gown. We have lots of laundry being done.
Excellent. This is a good time for laundry.
Soaked Opio these days. Yeah, someone said like, hey, this is the most laundry in the world that ever happened is going to happen in the next 2 weeks. 40s blouse. Ooh, Marika says she's working on secrets.
Ooh.
Send me brownies. Morgan, your hair is amazing.
It's all right.
Someone is covering a chaise lounge. Getting some Viking projects in. Baby quilts. This is going crazy. Like I'm watching just so many things fly by, so I'm just grabbing them while I can, guys. A bolero and a 1950s bubblegum pink skirt and a blouse.
Cute.
Victorian vest matching with her husband and toddlers. Goth bookbinding. Heck yeah. What is goth bookbinding? Like, gotta know what that is. Stuffed dragon. A witch bustle. What's a witch bustle? I wish this had like little pictures.
Oh yeah, we need to. That'd be nice if we could see the pictures of what everybody's making.
You guys tag us in your Instagrams so that we can see what you're working on.
All right.
Florentine gown. Ooh.
Piece number 2.
Dos pisos. All right.
So I'm
these pieces are gonna go here. Okay, cool. Oh, this is a lot of responsibility on this fabric. All right.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Let's tear this.
Yeah.
So you have something else to work on.
I wish we could do like a 2-cam setup.
Oh, I'm supposed to be vlogging this. Okay. You guys, we're gonna...
Well, I guess there'll be a future 2-cam setup.
Vlog inception is happening right now. This is what it looks like when you do a live stream. Here's my computer showing us what people are saying, and there's the camera, and there's Morgan. All right, kids. This is what's happening. Is this a good shot? This is a horrible shot. Wow. Wow. Would you all like to look at my belly for the next 20 minutes? Cool. What about this? No. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool.
Good enough. Good enough-ish.
Good enough. Good enough-ish.
All right. So we are two pieces in. I think we've got side, back, and working on back.
Are there 2 sides? Did we look at that?
What do you mean?
Remember how we talked about there was 2 side pieces? And you were like, how many sides are there?
yeah. So there's side, back.
Side,
Is that
back,
you get what I
back,
mean?
and front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we were correctly cutting out all the things.
Maybe.
We'll see.
This is gonna be a fun adventure.
Oh
See
no.
if we can knock together a 90s ball gown in an hour or two.
Maybe I can move you guys just a little further back.
Can you move this a little bit further back too? Because that would be helpful.
I can. Let's see. This way, you can at least kind of see what we're doing a
My
little
husband
bit.
always says, we're doing it live. And this is what that actually is. We are actually doing it live.
Which means you get all of the delightful rustling noises. Enjoy.
And Noelle's commentary that would normally get chopped out. But not of my vlog. I leave my commentary in. Alright, these pieces are here. Done.
Oh no, this is too big for this one.
Too big.
What about this way? I think that'll
Cross
work.
grain. Woo woo!
It's fine.
It's all fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
So, and I haven't been aiming for a specific size. I've been literally going in the middle.
Okay.
It's
That
fine.
sounds good. That sounds good.
It'll be great. I'm approximately middle-sized.
Nice view of the Starbucks cup. This morning was brought to you by Starbucks. I'm taller than this.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Hi.
We'll just go tilty.
We'll go tilty. What? Yeah, that's the one right there. I love this shot.
Ah.
Good morning from New Zealand. Oh, hi New Zealand. I love your country. I went there for 2 weeks and it was beautiful and I considered moving there immediately. So I've only done that with Chile and New Zealand, ever. ASMR fabric cutting is our commentary. They want to know about your corset. Do you want to talk about your corset a little bit?
Oh, sure. So, I mean, for an 1890s gown, I figured, well, I probably need an 1890s corset. So I made a few mock-ups, and this is mock-up number 4, I think.
Wow.
And it is the most successful so far. Successful enough that I decided that it was okay to use it as the base to start draping things on top of. I kind of knew that you needed that foundation base layer before you could do any of almost anything else. So
I think you should cut this longer just in case.
okay,
Because we can pinch that one out.
more shoulders.
More shoulders. Do you have long shoulders?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but I don't know. Maybe today is the day I find out I have long shoulders.
Oh, okay. Great. I feel like it's good to be like prepared on that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
We got people from Brazil, from Norway, from Sweden, from the Scandinavias.
Ooh.
Ooh. Which I think means those other two. I feel like we're all crafting together. We are all crafting together. We are actually considering figuring out ways that we all actually can craft together. With live streams and stuff like that. So
Yeah, just live stream after live stream.
lots of love for your hair today, friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
Estonia, Germany, Czech Republic. I saw a UK in there earlier. Texas coming in strong.
hey, Texas.
Black work embroidery. Ooh, I love black work. Hello from the Netherlands. I have a lot of friends who are from the Netherlands. I really like my Netherlander peeps.
Good enough?
Nederlanders. Yeah, see.
Do I need to do any markings?
I'm sure. I'm sure this is gonna be fun.
It'll be great.
What is this? Yeah, something here.
There's something here.
Yeah, there's something there.
Okay.
Oh, in here. Oh, you got that one. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, pattern out.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, this is only one piece.
Yeah, because I couldn't. I have to trace it with one.
How do we get another one? Let's get it in. We need two, right?
This is my most messy video.
No, it's not.
Did you say it's not?
Yeah. This is great. This is perfect. We're doing
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's my most messy video.
Okay. This is by far not my most messy video.
So we have a piece. It's upside down. Enjoy.
If you people like mess, please come join me on my channel. I'm a messy slash vlogger.
Okay.
That's not the one. Let's just
This
chop.
is nice thing about doing mock-ups out of like sheets and things like this.
You don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a sheet that's like from the thrift store that had like a stain in one spot. I'm like, well,
Is this the last piece we have to cut?
No, I think there's still a front side.
Oh, okay. Those
I think. I've been tossing away the ones that we've already done. That way I don't accidentally kind of forget them again. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you like the corset. I am pleased so far with how it's going. A fabulous mess. Thank you, Bernadette. I appreciate that.
Bernadette in the house. What up, B?
So, you know. Whew. Okay, so yes, I think we just need one more piece here, and then we don't need any of this sleeve nonsense. Sleeves, be gone. Yep.
Shoot.
We don't need any of that.
We also don't need this amount of space around the side here later.
Yep, nope. We don't need that. It's fine.
It's all good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, someone said that like I'm making them too hot in my long sleeves.
Oh.
But
it's freezing in Seattle. Although
it is
am
very
here.
cold. Okay, what am I doing? Side.
I'm like, we are making a draped thing.
We are doing our darndest to make a drape thing.
We are entertaining a few people on the internet who are all sitting on their couches doing other things while they watch us.
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
It'll be fine. Okay, what am I doing?
I'm super on these lines, just so you know. Yeah. All right, cool.
Oh, we're so close already to being able to
mock up.
To kind of start that initial that base layer that we talked about.
Oh, it's cold and rainy in the South Bay area too. Oh. Friend, you live where I live. That's cool. People are like, who am I? Oh, I'm Noelle. My channel is Costuming Drama. If you...
Yeah, I think I put her information in the description. How can I speed up pattern making? Don't go live. That would help.
Yeah.
Because...
yeah.
Although weirdly, maybe I am going faster because I'm like, just go. Good enough.
Yeah, and also you have a buddy cut your stuff for you.
Yes, it is helpful definitely to have a sewing buddy to speed things along a little bit.
But we're not patterning.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But if you're making a pattern, I mean, having a patterning dummy situation is nice if you can. I recognize that sometimes you can't.
That piece.
There you go.
I was thwarted by the top of the sheet. I went O sheet.
Oh, you went way too fast. Let's see. Very happy that I'm home today. Yeah. Where it's good. It's good to find some activities to do whenever you're stuck at home. And
oh, Andy Jules on here. He was the lone. No, there were two boys that came to my Portland meetup.
Oh.
Yeah, and he does historical costuming too. Hi, Andy Jewel. How are you?
Other ways you can speed up your patterning. I mean,
I would actually say take your time. Like, don't try to speed up. Do it right. Like, I think it takes how long it takes, and I would rather have something right than fast. There's that triangle. Good, cheap, fast.
Yeah.
Dude, do it good and do it cheap. Don't do it fast. Trust me, I work in tech. Like, I know what that means.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of making a million mock-ups, which does not make it fast.
I
but
make one.
It does make your fit nice.
Mm-hmm. Her corset looks way better than mine does.
And this isn't even the final one.
Yeah.
The reason why is because, do you see the side here? This needs to go up just a smidge. But I think that's the last change I have to this one. So it's pretty darn close to good enough.
This is when being chubby helps because you just like fill in all the extra. It's fine. You're like, I'll squeeze in there.
Okay, so this was the front side, right?
Sure.
Front side. As opposed to the back side.
Am I covered with strings already? Yes.
Yeah, we're covered in string. That's just kind of the nature of this, right?
Hello from North.
I made 4 mock-ups of this corset. So I don't think I'm going to make another mock-up. I think I'm okay to work on like the final fabric. Okay, so now we have our 4 pieces, and I think we can start pinning them together and kind of doing the pinchy thing that you do on seams. Pinch them until they fit better.
Here's 2 fronts.
All right. You want to see if we got any exciting questions to answer while I
Sure.
start getting this tossed together?
Marika agrees with us that you should take your time when making patterns.
What?
Hi, Sugar from Seattle. Sugar's awesome. Hello from Nebraska. Let's see what else. Did you draft your corset or use a pattern?
I absolutely used a pattern, and it was great. Atelier Sylph? Oh, yeah. This lady, I used one of her patterns, and it was nice. So she has this whole collection of historical antique corsets that she then very carefully patterns the corsets in her specific collection. And so they're not a traditional pattern. It doesn't come in multiple sizes. If the pattern is for a 20-inch waist or a 30-inch waist, like that is exactly the pattern that she provides. So
everyone go look in the comments. Marie McGowan Irving just spelled the name of the place.
Yeah.
So you know what you're looking for.
Instead of my weird, like, probably completely incorrect pronunciation.
Beatrice asked if these patterns are expensive.
I don't remember how much it was. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Someone said, I didn't know Noelle's hair is so long. You should do a hair tutorial with her hair while she's there. You know, I don't disagree with that.
All
I'm
right.
just saying.
Noted as a consideration for our ample free times. What else? Oh, transferring markings.
How would you alter a pattern? What would be the proper way? Okay, so we're doing that today. That is exactly what we're doing. We're looking at this pattern, sort of. I would recommend actually cutting the pattern actually out and not just randomly tracing it and slapping it together.
Yeah,
but then
fine.
But then everything after that is exactly what we're doing today.
Yeah, so like the whole idea is that if you do have a pattern that you're wanting to try and fit to you a little bit better, you want to go ahead and, cut out your pieces. I have cut out mine maybe just a slight smidge big for the purpose of hopefully being able to pin it, exactly the right size. So we'll see how that goes.
Hey, Morgan, people are asking if you're going to make a video on your corset making.
Yes.
Yes,
I will 100% be making a video on that thing.
Someone's asking, did I ask you if they're expensive? People wanted to know if they're expensive.
Oh, yes. And I said, I don't know.
Okay. I should listen to you and stop reading this.
I purchased the pattern months ago, so I honestly don't remember how much it was. Whatever the price was, it was clearly worth it to me for having, someone's exact, like, measurements and
yeah.
notes on a specific corset, right?
Any tips on dealing with ease while adjusting patterns? Pinch it out.
Yeah, like
I'm not a fan.
I've definitely had some patterns that had just maybe a little bit too much ease built into them, at least for my taste. I recognize different people might have different thoughts on that, right? And I get rid of that ease the same way that I do any other, like, pattern fitting, is I go ahead and mush, pinch, cut away whatever I feel like is just a little too much.
Also, if you want more information about corset making, there are free articles on Foundations Revealed. You can go to, and I think they even have like a full how to draft a corset on there. So, dress form suggestions that don't break the bank. Okay, so I use a Uniquely You. That thing is kind of a bank breaker, although I need to form mine into there. Apparently, bootstrap patterns is the bomb. Okay. You essentially type in your measurements, and it spits you out a paper pattern that you then sew up and stuff yourself with whatever you want.
Okay.
And then you form it to your own body, basically. So people are reporting great success with bootstraps. People keep telling me to do it, and I'm like, but I have a mannequin.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't tried it yet, but lots of people are telling me that they're awesome. Do you have any other non-bank breaky?
I mean, I got very lucky with my form acquiring circumstance, I guess. Someone was moving out of their apartment and happened to have it and didn't want it, and they were like, "Hey, you do you want it?" And I was like, "Okay." I literally just kind of randomly was given one. So that's a great non-bank breaking way, but I also recognize very hard to replicate.
Marika says if for ease in your patterns to measure the pattern first and see how much ease there is. So sometimes you can adjust it by cutting a smaller part of the pattern.
Yeah, I definitely recommend if even though a pattern says if your waist measurement is this, your bust measurement is this, cut out pattern C or E or F or whatever. Sometimes I'll go ahead and just measure what the actual pattern pieces have, like across the bust or across the waist, because those are some of the most relevant measurements for me at least. And sometimes I'll measure and go, oh, no, this is going to be usually way too big. Rarely is it going to be way too small.
We're talking about non-corseted patterns. People are saying, like, talking about ease in corset patterns now, and I'm like, no. We're just talking about regular patterns. If you have ease in your corset pattern, it's not the pattern for you, because that's the point, is to negative ease yourself.
Although I guess theoretically your bust and waist hips will have just a little bit bigger than your measurements, because if you're squeezing one spot, something else has to kind of give.
Excellent. Lots of highs, lots of, hey Morgan, you're not dead.
It's true. I'm not yet dead.
She's proving that you can sew in a corset. You can.
Yeah, but this isn't exactly the most effort.
Yeah, lots of people saying that bootstrap is the way to go. People saying they love their bootstrap.
So is it really good for super custom?
Yeah, because you put in your measurements and it spits out a pattern, and you essentially sew it, and then you make a little pole to stick it on, and then you stuff it. And I don't know what they recommend you stuff it with. I would personally use cabbage, because that stuff was dense AF, and that's what you want, is a really dense one. I would say do not stuff it with just
polyfill or something.
Polyfill. That's not the way to go. Wow, your thing got excited. Oh, my camera said no more. I can hit the go button again.
What got excited?
I don't know. Something big flashed across your thing. She's not the only one sewing in a corset. My back loves me for it. Yes, that is true. Sewing in a corset is actually superiorly comfortable. So I would suggest it. People like your earrings. Where did you get them?
They're from... Oh, I feel so bad that I can't think of her name. She does lots of really great grape earrings. Do you know?
Oh, is that Lady Tatel?
Yes.
Oh, I get a lot of stuff from her too.
Yeah.
Oh, I just ran out of battery in my camera. All right, well, everybody watching my video can watch that much of it. Because my batteries are in the other room.
So, I like them because they've got cute little laurel leafy goodness, and I appreciate that. Okay, I have one
darted out.
One darted piece.
So someone was asking what the darts in the front are for. They are to make booby-ness and curves. This is what makes you look bangin', as they say, as the kids say.
As the kids say.
Yeah. Would you recommend a dress form if you're prone to changing size or making things for other people a lot? I don't do either of those things, so I don't really have recommendations. I've been the same size since I was 27. And I don't make things for other people a lot. I would say you should make if you make stuff for you a lot, make a dummy for you. If you need an adjustable one because you make it for other people, I would say use your... Oh, that would be hard even if you change size.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to handle that. No.
I can't drape stuff for my partner using mine.
I would get the smallest one and then pad it out as you get bigger. And then if you come back down, you could just take the padding off. The great thing about the dress form I have, which is uniquely you, is it comes with a padding system. So they tell you to buy it smaller, and then they give you a bunch of pads and you stuff them in wherever you have lumpy bits. And then as those lumpy bits get smaller, you can just take that padding out. But again, that dress form is, I think, a couple $100. It's on Amazon. But they also uniquelyyou.com. I should get paid for this. Bernadette is screaming right now, telling me not to.
Don't mention them anymore.
Yeah. That Reading Rainbow shirt. I did a what is that called? A Kickstarter. for Reading
Aw.
Rainbow to get Reading Rainbow into classrooms. So
It's nice.
some mannequins are adjustable as well. So Beatrice Anderson says, and I do agree with that. Those mannequins generally suck. They're usually plastic and they're not pinnable into. They sometimes have a fabric overlay that you can kind of pin into, but you want to pin straight into that thing usually.
Yeah, like if you're truly you know making patterns or clothing for a ton of different people, probably you want to be like draping on them. You know, it's one thing if you're making a ton of stuff for you and like one other person, then maybe it's kind of worth it to get a pair of mannequins, but otherwise,
yeah, I would say it's definitely worth the investment to do it. Definite, like to get your own that's yours and get a nice one and then pat it out if you have to, or the investment of time of doing the bootstrap one. That is why I don't do the bootstrap one also, is because you have to sew this thing together and stuff, and it's like it's a project. It's a big project. So but that's just a different kind of investment, and if that's the kind of like money you have, time money, then spend that time money and do it right, I would say.
yeah. And that's the nature of the game, is that if you don't have the actual like money for a thing, then often you can get things that are just as nice but with a lot more of your own time spent.
Someone says, does anyone have an opinion on fan laced corsets? My opinion is I want one.
That's a good opinion.
Yeah, because then you can put it on yourself, which is better. This person has mobility issues, so I can't actually speak to that one.
I haven't actually put one on before, so like I can't say how awesome or not awesome it is. It looks awesome.
It looks so awesome. It's both beautiful and looks like you can put your corset on yourself really easily. Although you're good at putting it, like, I did not put this on her. She can do this herself. I cannot do that myself. I have to like scare the crap out of my husband and make him make one. Everyone is like, it's awesome to see us making lives.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to hang out.
It is fun to hang out. What do you do if you sewed a dress and didn't leave enough seam allowance to finish the seams? Zigzag them. That's how you finish it. Like zigzag that little nubbin you've got.
The little tiny nubbin.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also add in like an extra, just really tiny, narrow panel along that seam and do it in such a way that it's, you could even do a contrasting fabric if you wanted to make it look like more of an embellishment, a purposeful thing that you meant to have there. Yeah, I totally meant to have these contrasting seams in this dress. Yep.
People are asking, saying they just got into historic, and do we have any books we might recommend?
I mean,
look over there. That's that one. Yeah. This is one of my go-tos. It's Costume in Detail. I like this guy. It's 1730 to 1930, and it has many of the pictures. Just because Bernadette would approve this plug, I will definitely say Patterns of Fashion 1 through 5. If you have a specific thing you're into, some of them are very general and some of them are very, very specific. So definitely look at those. But those are beautiful books. They do not lay on your bookshelf nicely. They are meant to be kept open and used, as Bernadette says. What else you got over here? Clothing of the Renaissance world.
Yeah, it also depends so much on what time and like place you're doing,
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized.
Huh. What?
Guys, I'm dumb. I just realized that the darts, if it's marked where it's marked, then there should be a whole half-inch bigger, right? If those are the cut lines.
You don't cut darts.
Well, I know you don't, but are they marked with a half-inch extra?
No, the darts aren't. You just sew the darts straight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I make truly Victorian all the time.
I'm trusting her to be correct.
This is her first foray into the truly Victorians, other than her underwear. So yeah, no, the darts just are sewn darts. You're all good.
I didn't actually read the instructions for this thing, so that's cool.
Bernadette is giving me thumbs up on this. Tudor Taylor. Yeah, Nora Waugh is also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I have. No.
No.
I have somebody else there.
Nora Waugh is a great book. Also, it's not called Nora Waugh. What is called? The cut of women's clothes and the cut of men's clothes. Is that right?
That sounds right. I think I have those in the other room.
People are saying The Victorian Dressmaker.
I have that too.
That's a great book. And this other fun one. Household Sewing with Home Dressmaking by Bertha Banner. If you want tips and tricks about actual, like, the stitching part of the sewing is a great thing.
I also recently did another read through for authentic Victorian dressmaking techniques, which is also a lot of like here are the kind of the stitches or like little fitting tips and tricks, and it was really nice to be able to see something that is not 1890s but a lot closer than 2020 for advice on how things are supposed to fit, or it'll mention some people like to do it this way, some people like to do it this way, and I'm like, oh, they're literally both viable options. Awesome. You know what I mean?
What's a good book for skirts for a noob who just wants pockets? Oh,
I mean, any skirt can have pockets.
Yeah, you just make a pocket pattern. Those are super easy to make. You can just watch it. Like, there's a million YouTube videos on making a pocket. And then I just insert that same pocket into every skirt. So all skirts can have pockets. You just have to add it. And you can make your own pattern piece and just adjust your stitching procedure to match. I would also like to recommend the American Duchess books, in which case you can make outside pockets.
Yeah, like what books to recommend, it really so much depends on what time period you're wanting to reproduce.
Well, we put all of this information in the description.
Some enterprising soul out there is very welcome to write and list out all of the things we've mentioned.
And send it to Morgan.
Yes.
And then she will...
And then I will be happy to copy and paste it into the description.
Hey, Bernadette Banner has a good pocket video. She has that crazy 3D pocket, which I have not wrapped my brain around because 3D. It looks awesome, though. I really want one of those pockets. I gotta watch that video and do it, actually. People giving love to the American Duchess books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I like hair books, so I like that they've got.
Oh yeah.
Hair makeup.
Mm-hmm. Night, Jewel.
Good night.
She's leaving. Oh no, everyone's saying bye, Jewel.
Goodbye, Jewel.
Yep, it's the cut of women's dress is the Nora Waugh book. I think there's a men's dress too. Yeah, I think so. Tudor Taylor coming up a lot. More love for Morgan. Your hair is like the source of many compliments.
I think it's because I'm like all up in the camera's grill.
Does anyone have an opinion on good places to buy a corset if I don't have the skills to make one? Yes, I'm gonna plug all my friends today, apparently. Actually, I'm not even friends with her, so I just like her and know her. Yeah, I would go to Red Threaded, hands down, no question. If you need to buy a corset, Red Threaded is the place to go. I would say that in these terrible times of small business disaster, loving your small business friend is a good idea. Like, if you can buy small, do so, because those people don't have corporations like paying them anyway. So do that for sure.
I'm so glad that she's here, like answering questions while I'm.
I told you I would moderate.
I'm busy pinning.
People hating on adjustable mannequins.
Yeah, I really don't like how you can't pin into them. That's my big problem.
Mm-hmm. I also don't love that they don't squish. Like, my mannequin squishes a little bit to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't have look, I'm just gonna be TMI here. It doesn't have good boobs. Like, there are not any breasts on any mannequin that are good. Like, they don't move right? They don't like go up for Regency and like the right place for Victorian and then back down if you're doing 70s. That doesn't work. So
that is one argument for potentially having multiple mannequins. Mm-hmm. Is you can then put like the mock-up for a corset on one of them for like Victorian versus Regency, and like if you do a lot of a couple different time periods, it could potentially be worth it to have like a couple mannequins that are stuffed and corseted up in such a way that their foundation matches.
Yeah. You could bootstrap pattern a bunch of them. Like, just take your measurements in all the different eras you have. Someone mentioned Dark Garden. I would absolutely agree with Dark Garden. They make beautiful, like, really well-made corsets. I would also say that those corsets are sort of modern.
Yeah.
They are not for historical wear, really. I mean, you could probably get away with Victorian with the Dark Garden for sure. But, like, if you want stays or, like, a specific year or a Regency corset, Dark Garden doesn't really have that kind of selection. Although their corsets are stunning. And
they are very beautiful.
Expertly made. if you want historical costuming, definitely red threaded. Let's see. Any good pattern books for men's historical? I would say
Modern Maker.
Patterns of Fashion has men's also.
Yeah. So I mean, depends on your time period, but Patterns of Fashion will definitely have some menswear. Great if you're doing like late 16th century, you know. Then Patterns of Fashion 3 has some really great menswear stuff. Once you start talking about other periods, though,
there are men's Victorian dress books on Amazon that I have seen. I don't make menswear, so I don't have any of those books, so I can't really tell you about them. Have you used the Medieval Tailor's Assistant?
Yeah.
And do you like that one?
Yeah.
Okay, because
it's a good one.
That one.
It's a really good like covers a lot of different garments and a lot of kind of good general. Here's how to fit something. Here's how to finish a seam. Like a lot of kind of good stuff that's generic to a lot of different garments, whereas Patterns of Fashion, of course, is great for like here's one very specific example, which I really love.
Yeah. Red threaded also has patterns, just so you guys know. People are mentioning that. People want to know what the style / year of your corset is.
Oh, okay. So we mentioned earlier this is a atelier sylph, and it's
in the comments.
Pattern P, because she letters her patterns. So for what that's helpful.
I would say this is late Victorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
probably 1880s, late 1880s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on my like comparing this and finding very similar ones that are to the pattern that I was copying, like I don't have it because this is a mock-up, but it has cording right here on these two panels, and I found several corsets in museums that look like they're basically the exact same thing, which is great. And all of them seem to be super late 1880s or like maybe even into the mid 90s.
Yeah. My corset that I wear most often that's the most comfortable is the Laughing Moon 100 corset. That gets poo-pooed a lot because it doesn't have enough curves. What is going on out there? Wow. I think the dogs are having a party. Yeah, it gets poo-pooed because it doesn't have enough curves. Okay, so I'm pretty straight. So if you're built like me, that's a great corset because you're going to get some curve out of it, but it's not going to be great. A lot of people, there is truly Victorian corsets, and definitely this source, but
We're getting there.
Foundations. Wow, you really
there.
are getting there. Hi to Desiree. Desiree is a friend of mine also, so she's on here, and Atelier Nostalgia is on here. That's awesome. Nice to see you guys. What's your favorite store in Pike's Place Market? Oh, there's a cheese store. What was that cheese store we got the cheese from? Oh, it was
Beechers?
Yeah, Beechers. Beechers, hi. I'm into cheese though, so yeah. That was really awesome. Corset that Noelle is describing sounds like it suits her much better than it would be me. Yes, if you are squishy, so that's another thing is I don't squish. There are people who squish and people who don't squish. I don't squish. I only corset down like 1 inch max. So if you're not squishy, that one's good. And if you are super squishy, that's not the one for you because you want more curve. And I'm going to make more with more curves. And I think I have about 9 corsets under my belt right now. And some of them give me more or less curve, but some of them I have to pad out because I don't naturally curve. I also don't have hips, like you can see, like I just kind of go straight down. So I have to pad this part for sure. But you kind of have to like scrum around a little bit and find the one that works for you and that's the most comfortable. Like those other corsets I have definitely are less comfortable. That's why I go back to the Laughing Moon one all the time, is because it's the one that I can wear for 15 hours and not care.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, and I definitely noticed a big difference. Like I did already have one corset that I'd made before that was like vaguely Victorian-esque and that one is just such a completely different fit, even though the panels are kind of all shaped the same.
My friend Dressing Mustachioed is on here. Hi, baby. Victorian hat. Do we have anyone any place where I can find one? Oh, what is that place? I bought like 5 of her hats. Oh, That's gonna annoy me for the rest of this thing.
That might have to be we'll link to it later thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna think about that. Were corsets worn in the 1940s? Yes. Oh no, I don't think that.
40s is a bit late. I
Yeah,
feel
like they had what are those called? Squishy things.
Girdles?
Yeah. Girdles is a better one.
I feel like they'd gone away from what we would think of as like a full-on corset.
Yeah, they got nylon and lycra and went crazy, I think, with the stretch fabric.
There's definitely, you can still find adverts for foundation garments of various sorts, some that may have even had boning, but I wouldn't think of it as necessarily a corset, at least not your everyday gal.
Can we suggest a pattern for a first-time corset maker? Well, like I made my first one was that Laughing Moon one, but I think any corset that doesn't contain gussets is going to be the same as any other corset that doesn't contain gussets. It will give you more or less shape, right? So the shape of the corset matters, so you should look at that. But the first time you go out, you might not want to deal with the gussets unless you're super big breasted or super big hipped, because then you're going to want gussets to give you a little extra room. Gussets are fun times. So I would say pick any one that doesn't have gussets for your first go and try that one first, and then roll on from there. But honestly, no corset is difficult. I just find them tedious but not hard. It's really just a bunch of straight lines, guys, and it's a bunch of cutting out tiny pieces of fabric and then sewing those fabrics together and then sewing channels for boning and then putting on a top and a bottom. People get freaked out about the busk insertion. It's really not that hard.
Yeah, there's videos out there for just busk insertion, and once you've watched one or two of those, you should be like, oh, okay, got it.
And then the eyelets in the back, I use metal grommets, and then just you get a hammer. I don't even use a hammer. I use one of those rubber mallet things, and it comes with a little kit that you put it in and bang it a couple times, and they're all good. It's really not that hard. Corsets are not difficult to make, guys. They're just tedious and time consuming to make, and the fit part of it is I gotta make another mock-up.
The fit part is what makes it take so long, because you need to make several before you have a good fit, or you just kind of settle for a not great fit. Like those, unfortunately, are kind of your options.
Farthingale's historical hats. Yes, whoever you are, awesome. Dan Hurl. Thanks, Dan. You got it. That's the one. Can you make a video on SCA stuff? People are interested in SCA.
What SCA stuff?
Just SCA in general. I would maybe talk about. Okay, you want to talk about SCA? Say what it is.
Sure. So SCA is a group for medieval and Renaissance and other times, but mostly medieval and Renaissance, if we're just going to kind of call it short. Dress up and hang out and research and cooking and how they camped and how they whatevered. So it's not like a reenactment group where everything's all one time and place. I know that there's definitely some of that. That's a thing that people do. SCA is a little bit more like a convention where, like a comic book convention, you can dress up as comic book characters from all sorts of different comics, ones where they don't even actually interact. It's not the same universe, it's not the same whatever. So SCA is kind of like that for historical clothing for 1,000 years or so. Yeah.
How does someone find an SCA group in their area?
Ooh, you would go, if you were to do a Google or Bing or whatever search for SCA newcomer, then one of the first links that comes up should be the sca.org/newcomer or whatever. It's something very close to that. So that is a great way, because on there it'll have how to find your local group, or just kind of very general FAQ type stuff. So that's what I recommend. Although, as I see someone mentioning here, meetings are on hold right now because we're trying to keep people as separate as possible. But maybe in a few months, check it out.
People are someone asked if you have a strapless or off the shoulder gown, what did they wear for the chemise? And the answer is a chemise. Because the whole point of a chemise is that this whole area is gathered. So this is actually huge. So you just kind of ungather it and it goes off the shoulder too. So you'd still wear your chemise. Alternately, some people probably did what we do when we're uncomfortable with that situation, which is put your chemise on, put your corset or stays or whatever else you got on, and then take your arms out of the chemise and tuck that in. So you're still got protection and it's in there underneath your corset, but it's not necessarily on your shoulders.
Yeah.
That is what I bet you $100 that they did that too.
Yeah, I definitely, in my recent researching for chemise and drawers and various such other things, I did see a few adverts with what looks like buttons or bows here and what looks like shoulders that come apart. So that is another thing you could do. You could put on your chemise, tie all your things, start putting on your layers, and once you've gotten to the right point, you could just unbutton or untie that and just tuck it in.
Absolutely. People are asking just about finding costume groups. I would say the internet is your friend. I would say type in costume group your city and see what comes up.
You could also try specific times, like try medieval Cincinnati, Renaissance Cincinnati,
Regency, Victorian, whatever. But
exactly.
like my costuming guild, you can also type in costuming guild, that area, because mine is called a guild, and so that's how I found them. You can also look on places like meetup.org. They post to those things a lot. Facebook, you can do a lot of Facebook searches. I don't have Facebook, but people tell me that Facebook costume groups are off the chain, so I would definitely recommend popping yourself on one of those if you do have Facebook.
Yeah.
Costumers are into new costumers, so I would say that, like, anytime I meet someone new, I get super excited, like, especially if they're new to costuming, because they're Freshie McFresh Pants, and those people are super fun because you can then dump all that knowledge you've spent so much time onto them and make them horribly overwhelmed. No, that's not the goal. Do not do that. No, but we're very friendly and we really like new people and we're super willing to like help and give you advice and whatever. So definitely get on a group on Facebook or virtually first, and they will lead you to any kind of meetup or whatever that they're doing. There are ones all over the country in places you would not even think. And sometimes it may not be, let's just say, your jam. Like, I'm largely Victorian, but I'll wander over to the Regency events, right? So try wandering out of your comfort zone too, because you may meet people at that event that will lead you to the place you want to be. So definitely keep your costuming mind open, I would say. Yeah, people are also saying YouTube helps a lot with that. Lots of people are new to sewing. Are we going to the Jane Austen Festival this year? Do you mean the one? So there's a lot of Jane Austen festivals. There's one in California, and that got canceled, I think. There's one in Kentucky. I don't know if that one got canceled. And if you mean Bath again, then no, I went to that one last year. Because theoretically we were going to go to this ball in May, and hopefully we will still be going to this ball in May, which is what this dress that
we'll see
theoretically making here is for. It hasn't been canceled yet, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to England earlier in the year. We both are, so probably won't be going to the Jane Austen Festival, but I would hands down recommend the Bath Jane Austen Festival. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen outside of a movie. Like, just like almost, it's hundreds if not thousands of people walking around in Regency outfits and doing like this giant parade of Regency gorgeousness. And I don't even love Regency, and it was still unbelievably gorgeous, so definitely recommend that one. Louisville is still on currently, so that's great. They're asking if the one we're going to is hosted by Prior Tire. That is the one. People are saying, why are you coming to the UK to go to that ball? Yeah. Okay, what else we got here? They're wondering about digital meetings. For SEA groups. I haven't heard about anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's Facebook groups. I mean, a good search through Facebook is going to be a good first step.
Lots of people asking us if we have tips for new sewers.
Get started.
Do it. Do the thing. That is the number one tip. People think that they have to have all of this stuff, and they have to have all of this knowledge, and they have to have all this research. You don't need any of that. You need a needle and a thread and a thimble and some fabric. Start sewing. A pattern is useful. YouTube is useful. Might teach you how to read that pattern. Patterns are not difficult to read, in general. But I will say that there are two kinds of people generally. There are people who can read patterns and love patterns, and then there are people who really love to drape, which is what's happening here. The reason that this situation we're in is fairly historical to me, or historical, is fairly hysterical, is I am absolutely a pattern girl. So I don't draft stuff, so, and I don't drape. So this is gonna be fun times.
It'll be great. I mean, we're basically doing a regular pattern fitting first. So, because for those of you that maybe came in a little bit later, we are using we're using a truly Victorian bodice pattern, which TV 490.
Yeah.
So we're using that to get the base layer, the kind of initial structure sort of piece. And this is great because it'll be so much nicer for me to get a good fit with a set of extra hands and eyes to do the pinching part. It's something that I've done by myself for like medieval and other periods, but if you can have a friend to help you out with it, it's great.
Yeah, for sure.
But then after this, we're gonna do the bodice that we're doing, which I think I made sure to link to in the description. It has a lot of like cross drapey stuff that is going to be very helpful to have, again, another set of hands with.
Absolutely. Any more tips for new people? I guess honestly, it is really just get started. Like the longer you sit around and psych yourself out about it, the worse it's gonna get. Just do the thing. Like it's my motto is just try. Just try. What is the worst that's gonna happen? Like no one knows you're making the thing. You don't have to announce it on the internet. Don't tell anyone. Just go do the thing, and then if it doesn't work out, you just hide that under your bed, and then get another.
And then make a new thing.
And then make a new thing. Like don't worry about it. And also just know that like we screw up all the time. Like all the time. It is normal. It is part of the process. It's a thing. And so when your pattern isn't going right, just know we all do that. Everybody has this problem, and all you need to do is just keep going. And if you have to just scrap this entire thing and start over, that's cool too. It's a part of the process. But yeah, it's just start.
We are so close to getting to try this on. I'm very excited. So exciting. So I'll need you to pin up the back of it.
Okay.
It's March. What are you doing? Maybe I shouldn't have to help me.
It's okay, we're friends. Are we? No.
Are we?
Are we? Maybe not today. Ooh, look at this pin. Is this? Oh, okay. I got really excited. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, it's a pin stuck to a needle. I was like, you have a pin that's like 8 inches long. That's amazing. Where'd you get that? I need that for closing my robes.
Okay.
Rather than the nails.
Such exciting things.
Wait, did you do that really so fast? She didn't sew it. She just pinned it all together. Don't get excited. That was not sewing. She did.
Oh,
People are wondering if you sewed that together. No, this is all pinned together.
Yeah, this is all pins. Although, like, I could have just as easily instead do basting. It would have been about the same speed. And probably would have worked out okay for this specific shenanigan. But,
oh yeah, someone says this is a actual tip for beginners. Don't buy expensive fabric.
Oh yeah, like literal
get some sheets. Go to your Goodwill and get some sheets.
Yeah. I am very happy and like totally fine with using sheets that
Ooh,
again, oh,
it's okay.
that have stains or have minor rips or flaws. I'm like, cool. I can still totally use that.
Do you want me to pin it on this line or where it actually is? Because I don't actually think you need these back pieces. I'm just kidding. I'm going to do it on this line.
Well, but we might need to do more like pulling out of other areas.
Yeah, I'm going to do it on the line.
Should I turn around?
Okay.
I'm very helpful.
You are. Alright, so don't put needles in your mouth, kids. So I start at the bottom, and I match the bottom seams and then work my way up. You have to keep talking, Margaret.
Oh, I have to keep talking. Oh,
That's how this works.
let's see. What questions do we have here? You use coutil.
Coutil.
That's very fancy.
I do on my corsets. It's the right fabric.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Mhm.
Yes, this is the thing. Apparently, Kathy has joined us.
Hi, Kathy.
I see a lot of people saying hi, Kathy. So
Hi,
I'm
Kathy.
assuming she popped in.
Kathy, I gave Foundations a shout out earlier.
It's true. I was here. I heard it. Let's see here. What fabric am I using? I'm using just normal cotton
sheets.
Nothing exciting.
Mm.
Yes, there's lots more of the don't put pins in your mouth. Yep.
Don't sneeze for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those bad habits that I know is literally the worst thing ever, and
yeah,
I do it.
Here we are.
Yeah. Just kind of the nature of the thing, right? No sudden movements. Tips for making curdles. Definitely look at other people's curdle patterns so that you can just see the overall kind of vague shape that you should probably be aiming for, and then put it on yourself and actually start pinning out the excess. And I like to do a bunch of curdle mock-ups just from the hips up, right? Because after the hips, it's just a whole lot of fabric waste if it's just a mock-up, right? So I'll do like little hip up short mock-ups and just let the rest of the skirt be like a straight line out from the hips. Yeah. Do all the fitting things. That is my good recommendation.
Get a buddy if you can.
Do corsets pinch? They shouldn't.
If you made it right, no.
Yeah, like any garment, I suppose, if it fits really poorly, could pinch.
Yeah.
But all garments should not pinch if they do fit well.
All right, you're in.
Okay, what do we have going here? We are
way too big.
Too big, but that's okay. What we do is we do the pinching thing.
Yep.
The pinchies.
I wouldn't take it out of these darts though. I'd take it out of these.
Take it out the sides?
Well, I mean, I would take it out all the way around. All right,
I'm gonna...
I don't know what I'm doing though. Okay, by the way, this is also my first live video ever, so...
You're fine.
Wow, this is hella pinned. Awesome.
That's good, right?
Yep.
We want to be hella pinned.
So Morgan, like she said, did not actually cut a size. She just cut some. So that's part of this process. Definitely, when you do this at home and are not just trying to sort of be silly, I would definitely recommend actually cutting your size. Oh. And patterns that come, not like clothing that you buy in the store, generally are actually what they say they are. Not always, especially if you buy the big four. Is that what it is? Big three, big four?
Big four. Yeah,
those are not going to be whatever your measurements are. But if you buy like a truly Victorian, if they say your waist is 40 inches, it is 40 inches. If they say it's 30 inches, it's really 30 inches. Like, no joke. Okay. So I took out a bunch out of here. Let me take some out of this side. We're getting better.
I hope I smell okay.
Yeah, you're good. This is how you know you're actually friends. I'm willing to smell your pits. Things that we do on Morgan's channel that she will delete later for sure. Why did I let Noelle on my channel? This is what my channel's like, guys. Come join the party.
Let's see, do you measure for your corset on top of a chemise or without? I mean, your chemise, like the amount of bulk that it creates underneath your corset, should be moderately negligible.
I would say take your measurements over it because you should take it over the thing you're actually going to wear underneath it.
Yeah, I suppose. I feel like the difference is going to be so... I don't know.
Okay, let me look at you now.
Apparently the answer is either way.
Whatever you want.
Because no matter what, you're not going to get a really good sense of how your corset's fitting until you've made a mock-up. Like, measurements are good for getting kind of your very basic first, like, mock-up or draft started. But it's nothing without actually doing a mock-up. And I am a very big proponent of actually boning your mock-ups. I feel like I see a lot of folks try to skip it if they can, and it fits so much differently.
Yeah, I
without
agree.
the bones. You know, it's not doing the corsety things it needs to do for
Pro
you to
tip:
tell.
you can I'm gonna do more on this. You can take what is that called? Tape. That is for construction.
Oh, like duct tape?
No, the other one.
Painter's tape.
Yeah, like painter's tape, and you can painter's tape your bones into your corset while you're doing your mock-up, and because all you needed to do was hold in there for like that one time you try it on, and that helps you get the right fit.
Pinchy, pinchy.
I'm gonna do more in the back.
Pinchy, pinchy. That is the game right now. Pinch, 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 pinch.
Pinching and redoing. I'm just basically taking like essentially like a third to a half of an inch out of all the seams, except right here. I left your
My boobs.
Your boobs because
they get to stay big.
And
because
if you cut a real size, don't be afraid. You don't have to do it evenly either. Do it to what fits you. Okay, let me take a bunch out of here.
What questions do we have here? Let's see.
Also, we are not experts, just so you all know.
Oh yeah,
Disclaimer.
like this is very much just like, I don't know, here's what I do.
Yeah, here's what I do.
So yeah, feel free to completely ignore any and all advice. That's fine.
It's literally just advice.
Yeah. I'm also like, I'm happy to say like why I like to do things certain ways. Like for example, you should bone your corset mock-ups, because I personally feel like it makes a huge difference in how that mock-up fits and what amount of information you can gain from it, right? But the measuring with or without your chemise,
She doesn't care.
yeah, I don't know. Do what makes you happy. What kind of boning do I use? I have a lot of either the synthetic baleen, the like ones that are specifically like manufactured to be for boning. I also use a lot of zip ties, which are not made for that purpose, but still work pretty well. And those are really nice when you're like, you have an afternoon where you want to kind of work on a thing and you realize that you don't have any boning, because you can just pop on down to the hardware store and get the like super 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 long, like extra wide plastic bones. I find those really great. And what's cool is you can use them, or any boning really, you can use them in a mock-up, and if you use the mock-up, you get the information you need, you can then just take the bones right out and then reuse them and stuff later on. So I've got like, big old pile of bones cut at various different lengths that I've used for mock-ups. So
I use spiral steel, flat steel, and synthetic whalebone. I figure for the most part I'm going to use the same bones in my corset that I'm going to use in my mock-up, so I don't mind putting it in there and then taking it back out. The only reason I would say that I don't use zip ties is because they're not made for that purpose, and they will give more bend, I think, than they're supposed to.
Which is fair.
Okay, so I don't think you want this like the tightest thing ever, right? You just want it. You want it to be comfortable.
You tell me, Madame. Not 14th century. I
like having a little room because I like having a cocktail, and although this shoulder seam seems weird. So this is just what you do. You go, that looks weird, and then you fix it. I say this having never draped, and I usually don't do much adjustment because Julia Victorians fit me out the gate, which I'm excited about.
So like, should this be loose? I feel like I don't know. What do you think?
Down some more.
What do you think?
You could probably take these.
Help me.
A little bit in, yeah, like a little bit more.
I think my darts could go in a little bit. Should they go higher, or are they at a good height?
No, they're at a great height because they should be ending like right below your bosom, like your
before the fullest part of the bust.
That word. We're gonna go with that. She's like, no, don't say the word. I know you want to.
Yes, historically adequate.
Historically adequate is my jam.
Oh, what is Kathy? Someone says Kathy has spoken. What'd she say? To be authentically 1890s, you want it to fit like a second skin, Noelle.
All right.
With a face.
I am not authentically 1890s. I'm going in a bustle dress, guys. Which, you know, there were still bustles in the 1890s, but definitely I like having a little bit of room, like just a tiny bit. Because I enjoy snacks.
That's
Remember,
fair. Although if you have your corset on underneath, like, it doesn't matter how much snacking you do, like, it's on your corset's not going to get any, or at least it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
Theoretically, it can, like,
Slip
ease
a little bit.
because, you know, like, the warmth of your skin can kind of relax the fibers a little bit. But that's a whole nother thing.
The physics of clothing. I feel like I moved every single pin on this thing.
Perfect.
How are you feeling about it now?
I'm wondering what needs to be tightened, what needs to be not. It's great. That's fine. I've never made 1890s before.
I feel like you're pretty good in here.
So we are buddies in having never done the thing. Never done the thing, buddies.
Yep. I feel like this is good.
There's lots of talking about using pockets for snacks. I see Bernadette has been here.
Lots of snacks, all the snacks. I need to be fed like hourly, so.
Are you hungry?
No.
Do I need to get you snack right now?
No, I have snacks right there. I'm ready. I can prepare for this.
Okay.
All right. I think you should go look in this mirror and see what you think about this side.
I have a mirror over here. About this side?
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna look at your back. So, by the way, bodices are boned also. So, like, some of this wrinkling you see here will get taken out if there's a bone here, because it'll hold it like this. So, but some of it will get taken out because I will pinch it out. And you kind of have to do this process over and over again until you have it exactly how you want it. And then you just draw the lines on these pattern pieces. And then those are your sew lines. I do want to get your shoulder like the way you want it to.
Oh, sorry.
No, you look at that. I'm just saying before we call this good.
Don't mind us talking away from the camera. Hi.
Hi, camera that is here with us. Right, what do you think about that side? Do you feel good on this side? I pinch out the same amount on the other side. Feel good?
Which side do you do?
I did this side.
I see.
You can't pull it because it's sheet fabric.
I want to pull it tight.
Pull it down.
You pull it down.
You pull it down.
Face.
Your face.
Maybe.
Want more?
Oh,
I have to do
you
this
haven't done this side yet?
Yeah. So.
Well, I'll fuss with this. Yeah, you. What questions do we got?
There you go. Bernadette has spoken. Snacks in pocket. How much allowance do you give for the booking in the bodice? I don't know what that means.
The booking?
What does booking mean? Skyla Sharp. We're getting more pinching, ladies. Yep.
Pinching.
Pinching her. Oh, are we hung? Oh, we're not hung. Okay, great.
You guys are still there, right?
Yep.
Good. I guess we're just kind of catching back up on the conversation. Sorry.
Yep.
While I'm self pinching and pulling.
What did you laurel in?
I mean, you don't get laurels in things. You are just a laurel or not. But I realize that's me being sassy. So, costuming, things that go on the body. You know, not necessarily clothing, because I also did some like jewelry and shoes and that kind of thing. But body adornments, I guess, if we want to be kind of inclusive of a number of different crafting things.
People are asking what is costume.
Costume. YouTube.
Yeah.
Costume.
Yeah. It's a bunch of us that decided to have a logo. Basically. And anyone and everyone who costumes in the YouTubes is a costumer.
Yeah,
I think
because why not?
That name was invented by none other than Miss Bernadette.
I think that is right.
I feel your back fit is pretty good.
She likes my back.
I do like your back. Morgan got back. Okay. Lots of people were just commenting.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. What color is your dress fabric and have you picked it out? Oh yeah, we should talk about our dresses.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder.
That is a good reminder. I talk about it in my next video, but that's not out yet. So
turn around so they can see the back.
Oh. What?
It would get pulled more straight and less wrinkly by some boning. But it's a pretty good fit back here. I would take this.
It's getting the Noelle stamp of good enough.
Yeah, stamp of good enough. And we are team good enough, I think.
All right. I think this is definitely a good point at which to go ahead and take it off and like stitch each of these seam lines to see if it's a good, fit or not.
Mm-hmm.
For today,
we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, what time are we at? Yeah, we're over an hour in, so that's not happening. What I think we can maybe do, or I don't know if you want to leave it like this, would it be worth it to turn it inside out so that all the flippy bits are inside?
I would just leave it.
For the other?
No. I would just leave it, because we're just going to lay stuff over it.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, can we do the marker thing before you...
Are you actually going to use this?
No, but I want to be able to cut this off and use this to do a mock-up, like a proper mock-up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Am I weird that I want the seams marked?
No, you were doing the right thing. I just thought we were goofing around here.
But this is useful goofing around.
All right, so you're in charge of looking at this and talking to people while I do this.
I have to talk to you.
Oh, we're talking about what our dresses are.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So dresses. We are doing a kind of group dress shenanigan. A group of two, being me and her. The show Good Omens, or the book Good Omens, or the audiobook Good Omens, whichever. If you guys are familiar with that, there's a pair of main characters, Aziraphale and Crowley, and they are an angel and demon. Yes?
Yes.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the show, they have kind of a very interesting fashion sense, which it's not quite as simple as one wears all black and one wears all white. It's not quite that simplified. I like that they added a little bit more nuance to their own unique flavors for the two characters, and I really also love that because these people, these celestial beings live for all of time, you get to also see them interpret their fashion particularities through thousands and thousands of years of different fashion, which is super cool. So we figured if we were going to do 1890s, we would do 1890s Aziraphale and Crowley.
And then I decided not to do the 1890s.
Technicalities. So, someone says that my right side might be twisted. It might be. It's not like the things got pinched out kind of in not super necessarily like even because we're chatting and we're hanging out. But what you would do in this case is once you're starting to feel like the fit is about right, or getting close, what I would probably do is take this off and then even up my two sides, because I know that I am relatively symmetrical. I don't usually have to worry too much about accounting for extreme asymmetry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this, mark this one side. Right.
If you want. I like to split the difference. So
okay.
If I have left and right side, what I'll do is I'll take both pattern pieces and put them together, and if some part of it isn't quite matching up, then I'll split the difference between, if this seems half an inch bigger and this seems half an inch shorter, I'll just add a quarter to make it the same on both. Does that sort of make sense-ish? And from there, like from this kind of super rough starting point, I would take that and use it to make a new all same, all matching, using the sewing machine, not pins,
all powerful
mock-up. There's a long way to say that's how I make a mock-up.
By the way, these lines are chaotic because you're talking and moving. So
How dare I move?
how dare you move? All right.
You're fine.
I know.
Go
I
at
need you to turn. I'm like, my wrist does not do this. Okay. Oh, I got the nail tap, people. Oh, snap.
We're getting some ineffable jokes.
Oh.
There's people talking about, why is everyone doing Worth gowns? Because
Because Kathy Hay.
that's kind of a short reason. But
Hi,
also 1890s
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
is a bit of a thing because of that ball that we mentioned earlier. I realize that some of you are coming in and out of the conversation, so you might not have caught it, but yeah, there's an 1890s ball happening in May, maybe. And so a lot of us are making 1890s-ish garments to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Worth is a definite thing in the 1890s. I kind of feel like Worth really hit his stride in the 90s. Like all of the, like not all of the, but a lot of the really famous Worth gowns are 1890s gowns. So definitely that's a thing. A little bit more turn.
There's people saying they're looking forward to peacock dress updates,
Yep.
which I think we all are.
Mm-hmm.
But good things take time.
They do, and that specific thing is unbelievably time intensive.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Not wow, this is just not even close to straight. Cool. You'll figure it out later. It's okay.
It'll be great. Ooh, Kathy says that she's working on a part 2 video this week.
Yeah. Good thing Kathy's self-isolating in her house, because that means the peacock dress videos will come out sooner, maybe.
Lots of like, yay, peacock dress.
Yay.
Very happy folks in the chats.
I was one of the OG donors for that dress project, and I am pumped. I feel like, okay, I'll go on the back again. I'll do the other side. Ugh, you keep tugging. Oh, I need knee pads.
Oh, yes, this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this one first.
Okay.
You're okay, keep tugging.
What have we got here? Oh my goodness! Oh, that's funny. So Kathy Hayes says that, you remember those rainbow curtains that she got the other day? For the mock-up. That's amazing. That is very exciting.
I think you should reuse that mock-up later and do like a rainbow bright dress. That'd be amazing.
That would be very cool.
I'll come as Starlight, your Unisys.
Oh my god. Like, I kind of wish that we, like, so we don't know if the ball is still happening, but there is part of me that wishes that we had gone, like, with a rainbow scheme.
Yeah.
Like, each of us picked a color. We just had, like, a big, beautiful rainbow.
That would be awesome. Great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Everyone's having a good time and enjoying the exciting...
Watching Noel suffer. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some questions about what if the ball gets canceled. I mean, there's every chance that if it does end up getting canceled, then it might be that for 2021, she'll redo the same year since we didn't actually get to use it this year. So maybe it'll just be a thing for next year. Or, you know...
We could wear these to costume college.
Yeah, there's also like Victorian events that have happened that I didn't go to because I don't have a Victorian outfit. So it can be kind of nice to go ahead and get the thing so that you then have it for events where that might be helpful, you know?
Yep. All practice is good practice.
And that's the other thing is, like, now that I've spent the last like pretty much 6 months like thinking about 1890s and researching 1890s and doing all the things, I'm like, I might as well actually like do
the thing
1890s project, right?
Yeah. We'll also I think we should have a giant Zoom meeting where we all hang out in our dresses in our houses.
Oh, that'd be fun, like a giant tea party.
Yeah. Okay.
I see questions here. Who is who? Sorry for the confusion. Aziraphale, so the white and cream outfits.
The good one.
And Crowley, the black and hints of red
the not so good one.
They're both good in their own way.
Are they? Are they? He invented the M25. Like.
Good in their own way, according to someone's definition.
Also cell phones. Oh, did I do this already? It feels right.
Oh,
Hi. That was the first one. I'm shocked that it took that long. All right, I gotta warn you.
Okay. Are the shoulders both?
Nope. No, they're not.
We're getting so close, guys.
Not both.
Meme Mom's here. What?
Me, Mom. Carolina.
What?
Love you, Carolina.
She says we can do a Victorian party in her backyard when the craziness is all.
I'm in. Hardcore for that.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I feel like once you have boning in here, you'll be all good.
Does this need to go in? Is
Yeah,
that
maybe.
a thing?
I would. Maybe a little bit. And then we gotta mark it. Go. I don't know. We're gonna talk about where these markings are later. Okay.
There's just like a giant like happy chat going on in the
Yay,
chat room.
happy chat.
It's very sweet. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Oh, what's this? Aziraphale is just a little bit of a jerk, and Crowley is just a little bit of a good guy at heart. Yeah, see, I said they're both good and a little bit in their own ways.
Yeah, and I feel like we picked the right people. I'm just a little bit good.
And I'm a little bit of a jerk.
No, you are not, actually.
That's exactly what the...
Yeah, okay.
Okay, what are we doing now?
We're gonna take a minute.
Yeah, maybe we'll just rest. Have some water. I think
I'm gonna go make tea. Calming presences. Ooh, okay.
All right, so we just both peace out for...
Yeah, everyone's gotta pee. We'll be back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, snack break.
Oh, yeah.
Snack break. This girl needs a boost. Starbucks banana bread.
Oh no! Be
What?
careful! Don't break your finger.
I did
That
it.
hurts. Don't do it.
I did it. I didn't bleed though.
In which does it really count then?
It still hurt. Yes, it does.
Ah, everyone is here. Tutor Crowley. That'd
Little
be fun.
bulge in your left chest.
What?
All right.
What's going on my left chest?
Little bulge. Yeah, this right here. But that'll be taken care of when you actually go all the way to the top with the.
Yeah. Like a lot of like.
Remember that these are sheets, people. This is not the final fabric.
Yeah.
So.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have something that's close enough at
Yeah.
this point that I can then for sure.
When you have a boning here, also this will straighten
Yeah.
this out.
Just like trying to make a corset mock-up without any boning. That's not a thing. And in the same way, like this is just the very beginning stages to get anything resembling accurate with how the fit will look on the final thing. I'll need to take this off, even up all of the different seams, redo it in like at least 2 layers of fabric that have just more
Thickness,
body to them. Do a couple bones, maybe not as many as you might do on a full bodice, but at least a few to
Yeah.
get you in the right territory and to get a really true sense.
This says Crowley didn't fall, he sauntered vaguely downward, which is absolutely true.
It's true. It's a direct quote from the from the book, which I just listened to recently.
I have been listening to it also. I really enjoy it. Not a plug
Book
for all.
buddies.
Someone asked what our favorite teas are.
Tea?
Tea.
I mean, I love chai tea. I also do like mint, like just almost every day in the afternoon. I'll have some mint because that's nice.
Oh, that's cool. I drink a lot of Mirage Frere, which is a snooty French tea. Because apparently I'm super bouge. And I like the Marco Polo on that, and I like the Surabaya on that, and the Opera tea. All Fabo. If you live in London, there's a store in Covent Garden, and they also sell it at Selfridges. Selfridges.
Someday. I see a request here for us to turn up the volume. Unfortunately, we can't. Like, I can be a lot closer, and it'll be
Yeah.
louder, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm
Like-
so sorry. We'll try to project more.
Yeah, it's kind of the nature of us being like halfway across the room. But yeah, we'll try to be better about talking at the camera and with more gusto.
Yeah. More gusto.
I think we're kind of talking at each other a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's,
Yeah.
a tendency to
He's
not
like-
be.
They can hear him. Yeah, everybody put your favorite tea in the thing and talk to each other.
I see a lot of things agreeing with me that mint is fantastic.
Do you have a brand? Are you brand loyal?
No.
I'm super brand loyal. Ooh, I'm a brand whore.
I am happy with whichever tea is currently available to me.
Oh, okay. I do not like chamomile or a bunch of other teas. I like black teas a lot too.
Yeah, I don't usually go for chamomile.
If I don't have any brand like specifically available to me, I will always choose English breakfast. I like a black tea. How do you feel? I feel like there's little tiny wrinkles, but I think this might be sheet.
There's a lot of like, this is a sheet.
All right.
Okay, what are we doing? We're doing
Top
the
parts.
drapey bit next.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Okay.
There's a bunch of fabric right there we
Yes.
could use. Are we just like slapping crissy-cross? Can I have a picture reference?
Yes. So if you go to,
I have a phone.
oh, you can do that too. Yeah, it's in the the description.
The description. Oh, okay. I'm like,
So now we're
description,
gonna
what?
try and do part 2 of drapey business, which is going back to our original bodice I found recently that I thought looked kind of cool, and essentially, let me find a piece that's not too big or too small, which I'm not doing a good job of. Sure, this one, whatever. So if I understand correctly, the idea is to, you know, get the grain, whatever you want it to be, on the parts that maybe matter or are like more straight and not gathered up, right? Like, so for example,
I'm not listening to you. I'm doing this, so I'm like, wait, what? Crap! I need to know this. Oh no!
I mean,
Okay.
this is also a lot of me guessing. I mean, medieval and Renaissance doesn't have a whole lot of like drapey effect stuff. I'm sure that now that I've said that, someone's gonna say that I'm wrong, but it's definitely not very common. So,
Oh, okay. It looks like one side is like sort of flattish, and the other side is like whooshy.
yeah, that one, I think there's like a little bit of,
Kathy made this gorgeous dress that does this thing too.
yeah, but we're gonna drape it on me.
Yeah. So I vaguely think maybe this bit here is cool. That like waviness at the top there.
Yeah, I think it's like a separate little piece that's been based on my.
Go to the description. There's a link. The first link you see is the link of the picture of the thing. We're like, we're not recreating, but we're getting there.
Yeah, like I am inspired by this bodice and taking advantage of having a friend here so that we can try and start doing some drapey good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did on that site, because that site does not allow you to zoom at all, is I took a photo of it and now I'm zooming on the photo.
That works. That works.
I think we need a lot more pins.
What do we do? How do we start this?
We have pins and we pin it. Right? Was that no? Yes.
Maybe, sure.
Okay. How do we start this? All right. So which side do you want to be the over, and which one do you want it to be the? Oh,
I had this guy too.
the Magneto. This is my favorite pin cushion. It's in my Amazon store if anybody wants this.
It's true. I got it specifically because I was jealous of hers.
It's fantastic, and it also lays them out so you can just grab them. Which is this the side you want to be the not drapey side? The like flatter side? Oh, you're going straight up.
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't matter because I can flip it either way, right?
All right. I'm just gonna pick a point and slap it on there.
All right.
And we're just gonna start. It starts with one.
Do we want to like adjust this neckline to try and match the original?
Well, we can do in the drapey bit, and then you can cut that out later.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Nope, that's fair.
I don't know what I'm doing. Why are you looking at me? All right.
Why don't you just?
Kathy's just like, ow, guys. No,
Oh,
she's
no.
not. No, she's not
Okay.
saying that. I'm just being funny. All right, so it's like Grecian-y.
Grecian-y. Because it seems like up here at like the side bust is fairly smooth,
Mm-hmm.
and it also seems like this side seam is fairly smooth. So it's kind of like it's probably very similar to the base pattern along like the side seam.
You don't have a mirror, like in front of you.
No.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I can kind of see in the camera.
All right, I'm just gonna pin some stuff up here to you. Welcome to Noelle's first time draping. Oh, I am bleeding. Cool.
Oh no, it's a mock-up.
Is coronavirus?
I feel like if she bleeds on my mock-up, it's fine.
It's been christened.
No, come back, picture.
Okay.
So I feel like this all needs to be smooth.
Smooth?
Maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's what we're here for, is to figure that out. Let me just get some stuff pinned and then I'll start cutting out armholes and stuff so you can move, right?
We have a question for how long we're going to be live for.
Forever.
Until we get tired, but probably not much more than an hour or more, I think, if I had to guess.
Yep. Alright, so this guy's just like kind of here.
Should we cut this away?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that away. And I'm gonna leave a lot of extra in case you have some thoughts.
Okay.
Ooh, don't cut Morgan's actual shirt.
Don't cut my shirt, please.
Ooh. Nervous Nettie time. Can you arm up?
Okay. I made it. Arm up.
Cool.
I'm the reason you got 7 yards of linen. Awesome. I love linen.
Looking at that bolt right there, just being like...
I do have a bolt of
I wonder
linen.
if I could put that in my car and she wouldn't notice.
Oh, I'd be so sad.
I would just send you a new one. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna pin one more over here. So
Okay.
you're in there. Oh yeah, you should move your arm forward.
Forward.
Yeah, so I can see how much room you actually need. Although some of that's gonna get like released when I tuck this guy in.
I hope you guys are enjoying the hanging out.
Our chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're not doing a good job of like
Alright, so we're gonna
talking to you.
I think it goes like across like this basically, and then the other kind of stuff comes over it.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Marika's gown, the one that the constellation gown, she was like, hua, 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 hua. I went into her room and she's like, there are 874 closures on this dress. There's one here and 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 one here. And I was like, oh my God, Marika. How do you feel about that?
Is it this much? Wake up, phone.
It doesn't know you anyway. It has to look at your face.
She has a secret lock phone. Okay, so I feel like there's maybe too much across the bust.
We can get that out.
So
we just need to like pull it out and then pin it, and then I'll just cut along that top edge. But there is some gathering in here.
Yeah, there's definitely some
like a little
bust
floofy.
gathering.
A little floofs.
And then it goes to like the side here.
Okay, Marika says 30. 30 is the number.
30 numbers of
closures, yeah.
Oh, wait.
I think she's being sarcastic, but I also am just going to take that number and run with it. From now on, it's 30 forever, for always.
That is a lot of closures.
It is a lot, but
Does this look about right?
Yeah.
Like everybody who's looking at things?
Yeah.
Can I just start shoving pins in?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think you might want it to go more across the front, so like it, because it comes.
Well, but I feel like
no, this one comes way over here, so it ends over here. You see it? Like the center line is right there, and it crosses the center for sure.
Which one are we doing first?
I'm doing the bottom part.
Ah.
Because you have to lay the top part over that. That's how layers work.
No. No.
But there's some wrinkle in here, like, but it looks like lateral wrinkle.
Yeah, I feel like this one's almost smooth. Sorry, we're kind of getting confused over whether we're talking about the sheer kind of second layer, the one that's tucked under, or if we're talking, because I thought we were doing the like silky over layer. So
where is it trusted to buy fabric online? If anybody in the comments has places they like to buy fabric, please mention them down below. Like, yeah. I mean, all like reputable stores like Renaissance Fabric, Mood Fabric, those kind of things, but then also like Fabric Store Online, Fabric Mart, all those, fabrics.com, they're all fine. I've even bought fabric on like Etsy and stuff, and it was fine. Although boo Etsy right now.
Yeah, I like fabricstore.com, specifically for linen, because that's what they have.
I think we should cut some of this off too.
Yeah, I feel like this one's the gathering is more here.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
So I almost feel like
we should uppity that. But it's very subtle. It's like not a lot.
quality television.
Also, we don't have to do exactly. We can just do what we like.
That's true.
Some Grecian boob. Do you want me to
What do I want? I
want me
don't
to cut
know.
off this bottom section so it's a lot easier?
Maybe. Be gone, bottom section.
Dunzo. Oh, look, the other side.
Okay.
I think we should do it. Yeah, that's cool. I think we should do it how you want it to look, not
Okay.
necessarily how this is
That's
perfect. Because, you know, that seems like it'll be forever.
So, for people who do like the drapey things, I don't actually want both sides to be like full. Do it?
Well, once you get the other side over, we can draw a line under here and you can cut that off and just baste it to the base corset down here. So,
Okay.
I mean, you can do whatever you want on the underside as you want. Although, if you're going to use, are you going to front closure it?
Don't know.
Because if you're going to front closure it, then you do
Don't know.
need it because then you're going to go Constellation Gown style and you're going to have 30 closures.
30 closures. Okay.
And you will want to extend it down to the length of your
Yeah, but we
gown
cut that
length.
off.
Like, yeah,
because-
we'll do that later. You can do that later. This is patterning, right?
The official count is 38 closures.
Holy cow!
All right. Wow.
Hot damn!
That is that number of hooks or is that number of overlapping layers? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is it number of individual like hook points? And there's 38 of those? Because I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot, but I could see it.
She says number of hooks. How many overlaps are there, Marika? I feel like there was like 6. Kathy says totally. You can sew various layers to the lining. The lining is like the foundation. So if you get down here and you're like, I'm donezo, you can cut that off. Like everything that's going to get covered here over, you could probably do. Unless you're going to do weird closures. But then you could still just snap the closures right here.
Yeah. I don't know what I want, guys.
Okay.
I'm being very indecisive.
That's what we're here to figure out today. In the next hour. No pressure.
You have 1 hour.
You have 1 hour.
Figure it out. Okay. Does that mean that I need like...
I'm going to pin this stuff down to you. Just to like hold it down while we do the other side. I feel like the other side is the decorative poofy bit.
Okay. I should stop worrying is what she says.
Yeah.
And just...
Also, it's like we're just doing this thing, and if you hate this tomorrow, you can be like, nope.
I just pin the crap out of myself.
Oh.
I might also bleed on this.
Do you need a kisses?
No.
Oh, okay. What about a nom?
I'm being eaten.
If my audience is here, they'll be like, Noah's biting again. I'm a biter. For those of you who don't know who I am. Those things that I love get a little nom every now and then. I'm basically embracing my animal self.
Is this kind of a thing? I realize I've been
I feel
sitting
like-
here like holding this.
I feel like you're a nommer too. I'm gonna start pinning you.
Okay.
Because I want to move on to the other side. I'm done with your indecisiveness. Your indecision. I might go into your corset.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine if you go to my corset. These ones are totally going into my corset.
Also, this is not necessarily like a thing, right? Like, if you hate this tomorrow, you can just be like, I'm not using it.
All the good recommendations to go ahead and bleed on the thing.
Yep.
Excellent. Good, good.
All right. Oh, can we get a booby pin? Oh god. Oh god.
The worst that happens is I get poked.
A poked pin. I'm just gonna put that there to hold the light curve. All right. How are you feeling? You want to look in the mirror?
Oh,
Look at the mirror.
that's exciting.
What do you think?
I guess I need to see the over bit before
Before you pass.
because right
judgment.
now I'm like this is not a thing yet.
We have more than this. Do you want to have more than that? I feel like there's maybe more than that on that side. Because there's like a lot of Grecian. No, there's not. There's just a bunch of leaves. And then some, what is that? Lace? That stuff that isn't fabric is lace. Lace. This is what we call lace. But there's there's also a thing here. I wonder what that is.
It's like the point at which it gathers together. They just kind of slapped a button on top.
It's not a button. That looks like a pin
No, it's
cushion.
a bow. Whatever.
I think it's a pin. I think you should put a pin cushion there.
Store a few
put
pins in
a
there.
pin cushion in it. What do we got?
Because I feel like with this one, I keep on wanting to do this, where like there's a lot of draping over the bust, but I feel like with this pattern, this is actually relatively smooth all up here, and it's only when you get to like this part.
Oh, it starts right there, wrinkling.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
a little bit over the bust, but not a lot.
Let me pin you at the top so you can actually have an anchor point. Don't put a pin in your mouth, cause
Don't put pins in your mouth. Do as I say, not as I do.
There you go. This is a whole lot of magical. Do the draping over the bust if you feel. If we feel what? I feel. Let's do. You want an armhole?
Yeah.
Give me an armhole.
So I want to.
No. You need to inspire confidence in your friend. Like, that's you. There's an armhole.
Okay, I have an armhole. Very exciting.
Woo, armhole.
So I feel like this would go here.
Drape until you want to sing I Feel Pretty.
I feel pretty.
Tell me when you want me to pin.
I think start pinning this as if like it's a side seam.
Yeah, like to the side seam. It's almost there. It needs to be a little lighter, but that's okay. I'm gonna pin down so you do not stick your arm in it. Look what a kind and thoughtful friend I am.
She's very kind. Sometimes.
Oh, snap! We'll see about that. There'll be vengeance on my channel. Okay. Oh, there was that pin. This pin is going up because I can't.
Why am I not using the pin cushions that are meant to go on my wrist? Because it's up there.
Because I'm the one pinning most of it.
Okay, so I have a side anchor and I have a shoulder anchor. I don't actually want this much drapery, so I'm
Don't scare her. Please.
What? Who's scaring
They're telling me that I shouldn't scare you, and I'm like, no, that's what I'm here for. Why do you think I volunteered for this?
Because I feel like... Wake up!
Technology. I wonder if I can override the
like sleep...
The sleepies.
Sleep mode. Okay, so here, relatively smooth, but we like want gathering to start kind of here-ish. I also feel like it's a little bit lower.
Yep.
I mean, like with lace, then it becomes bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell what bit you want to start. Do you want to count the fabric as where the lace starts, or do you want to count the fabric as where the fabric starts? Tricky. But I suppose it's better to go conservative.
Yeah.
If I want to later, I can make it less conservative.
You just add a little drape in there. You pull it back and tack it down, and it can be adjustable, as a matter of fact.
Is that looking about right?
Yeah. They have more big pleats and less small ones.
Okay.
But that's what this is. That's not necessarily what you need.
It's true, but
it's true. Face the camera.
Hi.
Hi. Live stream.
Is this about where I want to?
I think so. Let me pin it here with a bunch of pins, and then tell me if I hit you. And then you can go look in the mirror and see what you think about it, right? And then we'll just adjust from there. That's the whole thing about this process, guys, is it's mad iterative. You're just gonna keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking until you get what you want.
Yep.
Which is why I do not do this in the generals. Let me...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, why don't you go look in there and see if you... I think you look like you're wearing a geek.
It's great. It's fine.
I mean, it's not the smoothest ever.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I do feel like the original that I'm this is practice and I am like basing it off of a thing.
Yep.
It seems like the original doesn't actually go a lot over the hips. Some bodices definitely go down and then have a little bit of an out part where they go over the hips by an inch, maybe.
This is the thing. There's a link down below for those of you who just joined.
Yes, that. But I feel like this one does actually kind of pretty much end at the waist, at least on the sides. Maybe an ever so slight dipping on the sides, but not a lot. So I think what I want to do is maybe take a marker and kind of draw as best as we can
Yep.
That line.
I agree. Let me repin this real quick because I think this is going to help too. Because I think this part is also weird.
I also feel like you could like draw a side seam maybe.
Yeah, but it's super wrinkles right here, so I'm
Your
just...
face is wrinkled.
Whoa! Why are you like this? Did your mommy not love you? What happened? Yeah, this is super whack over here. Okay. Kathy said that her and Constance should have done this yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, but that would have been way more professional than this business. All right, so you want me to go along the actual seam, right? Of
Wait,
what your corset, your thing is. You want me to draw this line in, this one?
No, because I feel like this one's longer than what I needed, right?
Oh, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I would make this bodice that long.
Oh, you would make it all the way down to here?
Yeah, because look, it's at the waist here, which is here, right? And then it does come down below the waist in the front. Like, you can see that right there. So this shape of the under thing is right.
Yeah, but this goes past my waist by like 2 inches.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You want to cut that off. Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
You're going to have a half an inch seam allowance.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you want me to draw it anyway?
I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Don't look at me.
Here, let me just draw it. It'll make you feel better. But I'm still going to follow this curve.
Okay.
Basically just going to make this a couple inches shorter. And I'm giving you, it came out a little bit, but also this is a stitch line, not a seam allowance. Like
yeah, no, you're doing it.
You think that's better?
I think so.
This is what this process is like, people.
It's hard to tell without the skirts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we're getting
closer.
Close. I'm thinking.
Okay. Think away. It looks great to her. Kathy.
Well,
her being Kathy Hay, person who's actually made these dresses multiple times and studied them a lot. Oh, she wants it higher? Okay.
I felt like this side was like dipping.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so but theoretically we would want this thing underneath to also do the thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
We can worry about that later. I mean, I can cut this whole thing off if you want.
Yeah. I can also do a little bit of this.
Yep.
So what I'm doing is I'm letting it bleed through to the layer underneath so that I can see under here kind of approximately. Oh no, I have to go even deeper.
You didn't want that corset markup, did you?
Oh no, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Like it's a mock-up, right?
Yep.
Does that kind of make sense what I'm doing? Because I want the outer layer to end at a certain point. So I'm marking where the under like foundation layer should also end. Theoretically I should have done that sooner, but Does this seem reasonable what I'm doing?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not just
If it didn't, I would go no.
Stop it.
And take that away. Let me take this away.
How?
Is it? What? No.
No,
I was like, I didn't even touch you. Everyone's very worried about you writing on your corset. It's a mock-up, kids. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
She doesn't care. It's not even like the final mock-up.
Yeah, and my layer underneath is black. I'm not worried. So even if it somehow made it all the way down through like the 9 layers of hell, I would still be okay. All right. This is very exciting.
I'm so glad to have actual seamstresses, question mark. Also having a lot of guesswork. Not actual seamstresses.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm a web monkey.
Okay. What am I doing?
We're making a ball gown.
So tired.
Do you feel like we're in the good range? Like, are you ready to stop doing this and start sewing something to make an actual mock-up.
I think what I would like you to do is follow the underline.
Can you up?
No.
Well, then I can't do this. So figure out which one your priority is. Okay.
Looking at all the chat.
All the chats. People are talking to us and we're not paying attention.
A lot of folks saying good night.
Do you want me to cut that for you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Can you also do an approximate like side seam?
Yeah, there's just a big old wrinkle here that I don't think you're gonna love.
That's fair. I can figure out how to like zhuzh that out.
Okay.
Dunzo.
Do you want the same?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you turn this way and look at the camera and everything, and I'll do that on this side.
She's so thoughtful.
I am, actually. Right, this one's already actually pretty...
We are live, Elizabeth. Welcome.
Hello.
Hail and well met.
Okay, so this one is already cut at that line, and then it actually just extends farther, so I can't even draw the side seam. Like, it's not hit to your side seam.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay.
That's fine.
So, yay on that. Do you feel like...
We are live.
We are live, although we might not be for very much longer. Do you feel like we're in the place where you want to...
I feel like we've got some good...
This looks weird. Why? Why are you like this? You should not be a zero fail. Oh no, it's actually right here. You go.
Nope, I'm just weird shaped. Sorry.
I'm gonna cut a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, cool. People are getting the Downton Abbey vibes because you have black and white on top. Yeah, for sure.
This would be like a hella killer apron.
Yeah, it would.
If you just wanted to go so fancy.
And then you just extend it down. Oh my gosh, now I want to make a hella killer apron. That'd be cool. Okay, but that's drapey bit. Do you actually want to cut that?
No, but I want to know where it is.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, totally. Do you want me to like pin down some of these pleats so that they stay when you take it off? No?
Sure.
Alright. Get on my knees in front of you on camera. Morgan, daughter, will you marry me?
I mean, I suppose it depends on how much you're offering.
I got this other ring. You can have this one. It's really big though.
Ooh.
Okay. Live proposal!
Oh, this is way too big for me.
It's a size 11. I have man hands.
Oh no, it doesn't. Oh no.
It's maybe your like toe. Your big toe.
Well, I can do the necklace thing.
That's my grandma's wedding ring that I had reset in platinum.
Very fun.
Yeah. It actually represents the entire Morgan family fortune. Oh, my family's last name is Morgan.
Morgan's for everybody.
So my grandfather's father bought a diamond mine in like 1909 or something, and it was complete, and he was like swindled, spent the entire family fortune.
Oh no.
So there's nothing in the diamond mine except this one diamond came out of it. So this is my entire family fortune. Fun times. Okay. Alright. I feel like you're...
Oh, how are we going to get all of this off without losing half of what we pinned?
That's why we draw the lines.
We'll find out.
I can just take it out the center back and just pull the whole thing off her.
Oh, that's right. That is also a thing. Although there's also a lot of pinning into my corset.
Oh, okay. I can pull those out and put them back in while I take you out. Are you ready to come out?
Maybe, I think so.
Do you want to look?
So why don't we... I'll give you this.
Hey, Morgan is my family name too. Go us. Yeah. There's a lot of us in this world.
Oh, do we want to maybe pin like make a mark for like that's where that goes?
Oh, why don't we just leave it there?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, just leave it there and I'll just take the whole thing off of you. Can you trust for like 5 seconds we do an experiment?
No.
Okay. I'm cool making this light if you want.
No, now I don't want it.
Well, it's there. So cope. Wow, you are whiny today. Someone needs lunch. What are we having for lunch?
I don't know.
This is how our friendship is, people. Okay, let me just try. If it sucks, then we'll do it your way. It might suck, because, sometimes I don't. You ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, good, because it's off.
Cool.
Alright, so far, so
Lunch is a good thing. I agree.
Let me go to the other side. When we get to the pinned parts, I'll just repin them, not in your corset. How's your elbow doing? Alright, great.
Where are we filming from? We are filming from Seattle.
Where I am currently.
Yes,
not apparently self-isolating as I should be, because I'm a bad human.
Well, we've been hanging out like all weekend,
Yeah.
so it's too late for us too. So
now you can put it on your mannequin and you're all good.
but we're isolating together.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's a lot of black marks.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let me go grab my mannequin lady.
What do we got here? Looks like fun. It is super fun. Space Noodle City. Did you guys know there's Space Needles all over the world? I've actually been to, there's one in Auckland, there's one in Tokyo, there's Space Needles everywhere. Me and my husband go to them, and then we take, we're the people who buy that photo that they always take of you. So we have Space Needle photos all over the world. So, is this actually your size?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, no, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
Like, which is why I still keep it and like use it, but it's not quite right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as like good enough.
Yeah.
All right. So, you may have noted, for the astute among you, that we did not do the back draping at all. But
is there back draping?
there is.
Oh.
So it does the same thing, but on the back.
Oh no. Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
But I still feel like this has definitely given me a much kind of better sense of what I would need to do to tackle this concept for myself. I also now have a good base that I think will work as a good startup for like the rest of this process. You know what I mean?
Bernadette thought we said space noodles. We are space noodles.
Yeah.
Oh no! Why did
Oh.
Oh, maybe this thing didn't. My you know how my power thing was keeps going. No,
Oh,
maybe
well.
yes.
So we are down the ability to easily look at questions.
Nope.
Oh, lies.
Lies.
She's gonna go make it happen.
I got the phone. I don't know where the questions are on the phone. Oh no. Never mind. Not lies. We don't have a way to do this. How do you get the chat on the phone?
I feel like you.
Live chat.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we
Okay.
go. So I think that my next step that I won't be doing right now because I'm tired and hungry. And apparently I'm getting really fussy. But once I am ready for next steps, what I could do is these various points where it's pinned in place, I can start marking off things and like marking the under thing to see where the two different points connected, things like that. I probably will end up with a lower foundation layer because on the gown, even if I don't end up making like this exact, gown that I was kind of doing some experimental draping as, inspiration for, so many of the 1890s gowns do have a lot of lace happening at the top here. So the foundation layer can't quite go all the way up that high. Otherwise it'll show through all the lace. At least I think. Again, haven't done 1890s before. So, don't trust anything I say, basically. Wow. It looks not nearly as shapely.
No, it looks way better
on her.
Way better on you.
And this is why we don't drape on on mannequins if it's avoidable.
Yeah, or unless your mannequin is actually U-shape. If it's
true.
actually U-shape, including your bust in your corset, you're all good to go.
Yeah. But
So,
that's a lot of like verifying that it is perfectly U-shaped.
that's maybe when a bootstrap would come in handy to get measurements in your corset and then
Yeah.
make one that's you in your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you can see, what this looked like on me does not
Mhm.
at
Hot mess.
all look like that on this. You know, that's just
We have
the
this
nature of the thing. So it'll be exciting to take this off, and as I unpin and mark and what have you, taking off the different pieces, I would then go and relay this to either a paper pattern if it's something that like I want to keep this and make 20 of them, or I could also just keep this as a pattern reference, especially since something so drapey is going to be a little bit variable. If
I do have a tip for this. You can iron this to wax paper on the wax side. You just iron right through the fabric to the wax paper, and it puts a paper base on your fabric, so you don't have, you can just cut it right out, and then you essentially have a paper pattern with fabric attached to it.
Yeah.
I do that to my tissue patterns.
Okay.
To keep them stronger, but it'll keep it more permanent and cuttable.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Especially since this is sheet.
Yeah. So this is very exciting. I think it's a good kind of like potential starter.
Marika's like, did you mark the grain line? We laugh at you, Marika. No, we did not. The grain line is on the base pattern, though.
I did try, yeah. I mean, and really the most valuable thing that has happened today probably is this base pattern, because I feel like we did do a lot more kind of careful fitting with this.
Yeah.
And having this as your starter means that you can do a lot of like the kind of outlines of what you need, and then just drape the rest yourself. Like
the back actually seems like it would be okay. It seems like it fits this mannequin kind of better than the front does, for sure.
Yeah, like her waist is about my size ish.
There's no boob.
But
no boob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I feel like this was moderately successful for my first draper.
Yeah. Hopefully it was a fun adventure.
It was a fun adventure. I very much enjoyed this today.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed, even though, you know...
Will this video stay up after tonight so I can come back for later reference? That is up to her. This is entirely her video on her channel. She does what she wants.
Is this really the reference that you want?
Is this really what you want?
To be using?
If you want to see Noelle Morgan being silly, then that is the reference for you. Yeah, you can make tissue pattern stronger. Get some wax paper, and it needs to be... actually, I think it's freezer paper that you want. It's freezer paper. So freezer paper is paper on one side and wax on the other, and you attach your tissue paper to the wax side, and you iron it very gently, and get yourself like accustomed to how long you need to hold it and stuff. But start in the center and push all the bubbles out, and do it before you cut the pattern out, like big, you know, without the lines. Broadly, and then put it down and make sure you get all the dark lines you want to cut on, and then cut the pattern out on there. It will never go back into that package that you have, so just put it in a freezer bag, 1 gallon.
Yeah, I like using the 1 gallon freezer bags for my patterns. But like, they're clear. That's very nice, very handy. To answer your guys' question, if it's still going to be available, it will be. Usually what I will do is I have a playlist on my channel for all of my live streams. I think this is maybe my 3rd one, so all 3 of my live streams now. So this should still be available there. You just go find my playlists, go find the one that says live streams, and this will live there for eternity, or not.
Depending on her mood that day. And if she's had lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, are we good?
I think we're good.
All right, bye guys. It was really nice hanging out with you. Thank you guys all for coming. This was fantastic. Thank you for making my first live experience awesome.